There's one thing, one being in my life, that I have to understand. He is with me every day. He watches me in the halls. He surrounds me constantly. I cannot avoid him, because it's me, because it's you, because it's the human race. I have spent my life trying to understand people, specifically how to feel about them. But so far, I have no conclusions, no final answer to my naturalistic observation. Still, this futile goal has defined my life and helped me grow in a way that I didn't know possible. So I'll try to lay out my study for you, starting with the beginning. When I was younger, I decided people were terrifying. They were too tall, too loud, well, everything. They couldn't be trusted because they didn't give me any reason to. I frequently protected myself with the unpassable shield that was my dad's legs. I thought that no one could possibly find me there, but before I could relish in my newfound victory, someone would always blow my cover. I decided I was better off on my own, and I swore off human contact like a bad habit. Somewhere along the way, I changed my mind and decided people could be quite useful after all. After getting over my initial fear, I discovered I had close to no power, but with an adult by my side, the world was my oyster. This was the reason I removed myself from behind my dad's legs and decided to expand my influence. I conquered every obstacle in my way, one adult at a time. I started to realize that making friends of my own age was equally fruitful, as the playground was much easier to navigate in groups, and they had the potential to provide food and perform manual labor for me. I finally understood what all the fuss was about. Humans make the perfect slaves. Okay, perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit, but I eventually lessened my fear of people so that it was no longer socially inhibiting. My shy and introverted tendencies still linger to this day, but I no longer fear my family and friends. That much. Anyway, upon beginning my transition from elementary school to middle school, my opinion of the human race darkened substantially. This realization was a result of my accumulated knowledge over the years. I read in my history books of the countless years of slavery, discrimination, and murder, the very things our country seemed to be built on. I couldn't help but notice the current news, how we continue to turn against the people that need us the most, how we destroy our earth with pollution and oil digging. Why do we seem so hell-bent on destroying ourselves? I found myself ashamed of the people I will never know and never understand, ashamed of the people I knew and loved, and most of all, ashamed of myself. I just didn't understand why humans did such horrible things. As I matured and began to learn more about the people I share the globe with, I became conflicted in my views, as I became fascinated with how humans function and why. On a whim, I took AP Psychology, but it ended up being one of the best decisions I've ever made. After feeling so lost, so hopeless about humanity, this class awakened me in a way I didn't think possible. I learned about the complicated mental processes that make us who we are. My teacher gave us an explanation for why we did horrible things, but she also reminded me that we have a knack for doing the impossible. We are driven to do more, to see everything that there is, to make the world a better place. I started to understand what makes us so great. Out of all the living things on the planet, we were the animals that decided to care. We wanted to know how we got here, why we exist, or at least we were the only ones to try, and I thought that was pretty incredible. I still don't really know what to think at this point. We are a pretty messed up species. The way we function, live, love, it's so bizarre compared to others we share this fragile planet with. My friends and I often argue about whether humans are inherently good or bad, and I really don't have a good answer to that question. While psychology has sparked the hope inside me, it also brought up more questions. Our last unit was about altruism, and psychologists continue to debate on whether or not it truly exists today. Do people commit truly selfless acts, or is there always some twisted, self-serving motivation to do so? If we took away our societal rules, would we go all Lord of the Flies and give in to mindless violence? These questions are driving me crazy, so I'm dedicating my life to finding out as much as I can about people. Maybe even then, I still won't have answers, but I know it's what I have to do. My relationship with people has been such a huge, confusing part of my life that I simply have to make sense of it, no matter how fruitless my efforts are. I may go crazy with this goal with no end, but I owe myself that much. I owe myself that opportunity to discover, to give in to curiosity. That's what makes me, makes you, makes all of us human.